Once again, if we could get the homecoming royalty and their parents to meet down on the track. I think Mrs. Herbert is going to round you up down there. Kathy Lewis, is that you across the field? Can you hear me okay? All right, we're going to go with that. Still looking for a homecoming royalty. Looks like we have a couple of the guys and a couple of the parents. Homecoming royalty, please. Down on the track. Find Jane Herbert, and you're in the right place. While we're waiting for just a moment, we'd like to read our values message. Southland High School values and character taught through high school sports. So we ask all in attendance to contribute to an environment of competitiveness and good sportsmanship. As you're in the stadium tonight, please take notice of the exits in case of an emergency. If there is an emergency, remember to remain calm and help those around you to exit the facility as quickly as possible. We appreciate you exercising good sportsmanship tonight. And I'd like to recognize our officials. Our referee tonight is going to be Randall Silcox, the umpire Bob Rogers, line judge Jonathan Larson, the linesman is Michael Butt, and the back judge is Kevin Theater. We appreciate our officials and we want you to show them the respect they deserve. They have a hard job and they do a great job. Here comes Dad, trotting in, ready to go. Now, if we could get our homecoming royalty and their parents, let's get you out on the field, right on the 50-yard line, facing this way, and we'll get you announced. Follow Jane's instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our homecoming game tonight. An amazing week here at South Summit for homecoming activities. And what would homecoming be with homecoming royalty? We'd like to announce our royalty for the homecoming activities. They've been reigning, I should say, over these activities all week, and they'll continue during this game and also the homecoming dance tonight. We'd like to announce, first of all, our attendance. Our second attendant to the Queen is Corey Crawford. Corey is the daughter of Lance and Teresa Crawford. And our attendant to the Queen is Justin Oliva. He's the son of Milton and Violetta Oliva. Our next attendant to the Queen is Reagan Beckstead, the daughter of Troy and Christy Beckstead. And the first attendant to the King, Noah Gunderson, the son of Rick and Olivia Gunderson. And our 2023 homecoming queen is Quincy Larson. She's the daughter of Mark and Brian Larson. And our king is Trey Stembridge. Trey is the son of Shane and Audrey Stembridge. Let's have another big hand for all of our homecoming royalty. Thank you, royalty. You have a lot of work to do. Yeah, get in there for a photo op. Thank you, parents, for having such great kids. All right, now we'll let the guys go. Get ready for tonight's football game. Just like in the north end zone, we have the Hyena Highlander motorcycle gang ready to escort our team onto the field for homecoming. Stadium's starting to fill up. Hope we get a full crowd tonight. We want to welcome the American Leadership Academy football team and their fans here to Camas tonight. Sun's gone down over on the east side. Sit back and get ready for a great football game. Thank you, fans. Thank you, Eagles, for coming up to Camas tonight. Hopefully right after game time starts, you're going to see a beautiful, nearly full moon come right up over those mountains behind you. Cheerleaders are giving secret signals to someone over here. You can interpret what that signal was. Please let me know. Thank you, Motorcycle Club, for helping our escorts tonight. It's the ALA Eagles across the field. Principal of ALA is Laura Nichols. also their athletic director. And we'd like to welcome back to South Summit their head coach, Lance Burrell. Wildcats sent to a counter right out. And our head coach, Mike Lee. Thank you, South Summit Band, playing our school song. We'll probably hear it a little bit later. But right now, as our Froggings are preparing to take the field as the honor guard football players, Jaden Leafhead and Bradley Ricks. Also, they'll be joined by Kate Austin and Isaac Smart.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening. Welcome to South Summit High School. Cody Ball and Aaron Till at Lloyd Small. Excited to bring you homecoming week for South Summit football and the South Summit community. It's been a terrific week. It'll be capped off tonight by a great football game, hopefully brought to you by two great teams tonight. ALA, American Leadership Academy from Spanish Fork area, is in town, and I'd expect a great game tonight as the Wildcats on a 4-game winning streak, 5-2 on the season, ranked 2 in 2A, and at the top of the 2A North standings, along with Providence Hall, coming off nice wins over Ogden in the last couple of weeks, as well as last week we beat Summit Academy, we've beaten Evanston, and also Layton Christian. Yes, those are the 4 we've played in a row. Beat North Summit earlier in the year. 2 losses on the season to Beaver and Juab, and good games as well. So a lot of activities, as you can see out there. We got some motorcycles out delivering the flag and the game ball, providing some excitement. We had a wonderful national anthem sung by 4 great students in our choir department. It's been a fun week. Beautiful parade today. Got a homecoming dance tomorrow night. There's been powder puffs and volleyball and soccer and cross country, and the whole gamut here at South Summit this week. So it's been fantastic. It's exciting and always fun to celebrate this great community in which we're a part. So we're grateful to have you along with us tonight. Shout out to my good friend Jeff Stevens down my lane, doing good stuff. And Jeff, we wish you well. I hope you enjoy the game tonight. South Summit homecoming. Again, 2 more region games coming up in the next 2 weeks. On the road next week at Judge Memorial, and then the final regularly season scheduled game will be at home 2 weeks from tonight against Providence Hall, who's 6-1 on the season, who is 2-0 also in the region. So some good games coming up. Playoffs then will be forthcoming at the end of the month, and it'll be, gosh, it's wrapping up fast. Aaron, it's been a good season so far. South Summit's shown some good progress and some good explosive leaders. Bracken Lashley's been outstanding. Tell us about him and what he's been doing well.
Yeah, at the quarterback position, he's definitely leading the offensive side of the football. Very explosive offense when he puts the ball in the air. You know, what you were talking about earlier reminds me of the old great coach Marv Levy of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, where else would you rather be?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is what a fall night in Camas is like. Where else would you rather be? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's been a beautiful week. You really couldn't have asked for better weather also for homecoming week. Parade was fantastic today, low 70s, and it's a beautiful evening tonight. We mentioned Bracken Lashley's been outstanding. Senior leader. He stayed healthy. He's deadly from the run as well as the pass. He throws a great ball. A good team leader. I'm giving his dad credit, which he deserves too. But Trey Stembridge, his son, playing outstanding football, our homecoming king tonight. And while we're at that, let me announce the homecoming royalty for this year. For the 2023 homecoming royalty, Queen Quincy Bryan and King Trey Stembridge. First attendants were Chloe Crawford, daughter of Lance and Teresa Crawford, and Justin Oliva, son of Milton and Violetta Oliva. And the second attendant, Reagan Beckstead, daughter of Troy and Christy Beckstead, and Noah Gunnarsson, son of Rick and Olivia Gunnarsson. So Stembridge has played outstanding running the football. He kicks, punts. He's been a great leader as well. There's been a lot of defensive leaders. Caden Hunter's been fantastic. Kyson Atkinson, Brady Freeman, Braden Osgerthorpe, Braxton Blazard. We could go down through the whole list. And they've been outstanding. They've put some good games together recently, as we mentioned. 4 in a row, looking for the 6th win of the season. Could move to 6-2 and 3-0 in region play tonight on a big win. So we're hoping, and I hope, if they play their football, come out with another win tonight. So San Juan is at the top of the 2A region, or 2A standings. They are 7-0. South Summit ranked number 2 at 5-2. Providence Hall at 6-1, ranked number 3. Summit Academy at 4-3, ranked number 4. And Layton Christian rounds out the top 5 in the state standings. The region standings for the 2A North: Providence Hall 2-0, South Summit 2-0, Summit Academy 1-1, Layton Christian 1-1, Judge 0-2, and American Leadership 0-2 in 2A South. San Juan 7-0 and 2-0 in region, Delta 2-0 in region, 5-2 overall. Then Emory 0-1, Grand 0-1, and South Sevier 0-2. So that is your 2A standings for the year. ALA is led by quarterback, let me find him. Quarterback, just had him listed here for a second. Let me find it for you real quick. Passing is Marble. Nicholas Marble, sophomore leading quarterback, assuming he's going to be the starter. He has 109 completions and 188 attempts, over 1,000 yards. Averaging 15 yards per catch. He's thrown 8 touchdowns. Had a good season so far. And rushing the ball, leading ALA is Huntsman. Cannon Huntsman with 646 yards on 85 carries, 7.5 yards per carry. He's got 13 touchdowns on the year. So ALA has some explosive offensive players as well. We'll get to some defensive stats as the game progresses. To start this ball game, ALA will be kicking off. These are actually numbers layered. We can see a little better.
Yeah.
Number 53 will be kicking off for, is that 53? I don't have a 53 on my program. Is that 53 layered?
63.
63, okay. Wesley Haston So the kick is taken by South Summit at the 15-yard line. We're underway, trying to get himself all the way around to the right side as the wall was set up there.
But Milburn?
Yeah, stringing it out. Damon Milburn with the return, and number 35 on the tackle for the Eagles.
Looks like they had a return.
Nathan Tanner.
Looks like they had a return right, but the ball was kicked over in the left corner, so he ran
50 yards to get to the sideline, didn't he?
He should have probably just cut it straight up and probably would have done a little bit better, but he must have been just following the instructions and getting over to the right side of the field.
1st and 10, South Summit at their own 33-yard line. Just underway, homecoming, first quarter. Lashy in the customary shotgun with Stembridge to his left. Handoff up to Stembridge up the middle. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle to start off for AOA. That's number 55, 56, Kobe Creviston for the Eagles. First man there. I believe 55 was there as well, Michael Sanchez. So good start for the Eagles up front. Always a good sign if you're a coordinator, if you can stop that first line or run, especially up the interior line, and that was a good sign for the Eagles. Brings up 2nd and 9. Lashy all alone. He wants to go deep up over the top, and he had Wolstenhume. Whoa, Lashy couldn't have put it in there any better.
ALA is coming out and challenging South Summit. No safety, zero coverage, man-to-man across the board. And I'm not quite sure. That's quite a challenge for them.
I'll tell you, that was thrown perfectly by Lashy, right in the hands. Wolstenhume under a little bit of tight coverage, unable to bring it in. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Like you said, there's no safety coverage in the back.
Looks like they're running a 33 with 5 DBs, but they just line up man-to-man.
Nice outside coverage. That's going to be close. Stratton Stevens on the catch. Nope, not Stratton Stevens. That is 23. Mitch Kempler with the catch on a nice comeback route on the outside. It's going to bring up 4th and 1, and South Summit's offense looks like it's still on the field.
Yeah, they're running a 33 defense with 5 DBs, but just playing man-to-man. So that's an interesting choice defensively. We'll see how that works out for him.
Catching the football is Gempler. He's had a great season thus far on the offensive side. He and Stratton Stevens have been leading the offense on receiving. Is that a penalty?
That's like a delay of game.
Delay of game on South Summit.
A little confusion on formation and what's going on there.
Kempler's 26th catch of the season. He's got 435, now 443 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns. Stratton Stevens leads the receiving completions and receptions with 38 receptions, 684 yards. Close behind, Clinton Wolstenhume with 22 catches, Trey Stembridge with 19. So a wide array of receiving opportunities for South Summit. South Summit's now going to get driven back, and let's see if that changes the play calling. It probably does. It might should, huh?
Well, it looks like they're going for it.
So it was 4th and 1. Now it's 4th and 6. Now they're going to put Stembridge in to kick the football unless they're, faking a punt. Costly penalty for South Summit early on as a 5-yard penalty. Let's see if Stembridge intends. It's a low kick. Good handle by Stembridge. He kicks a low liner end over end.
Oh, he touched that.
I don't know. Oh, boy, almost trouble.
That was dangerous.
Woo! Number 15 on the reception, Cannon Huntsman for the ALA Eagles. Down quickly, Brandon Mora for South Summit. First man there. Prevent him from moving anywhere forward. It's going to be ALA football, so ALA gets a 3 and out on defense. We're just underway here. South Summit, 10:01 left in the first quarter, no score. And the ALA Eagles will start their first offensive possession. And back at quarterback. Who we got at quarterback?
Number 3.
Okay, number 3. And I don't have a number 3. 9? Okay, good. Number 9, Nicholas Marble, the sophomore. So he'll be at the shotgun, single back. Behind him, lone back. And now they'll hand off to him off the right side. He's met in the backfield. And he's going to lose a yard on the play. Good penetration by the South Summit defense.
Yeah, that's a swarming defense. I would expect that to be all night long.
Cannon Huntsman, the carrier. leading ball carrier for the Eagles. He's stopped in the backfield. 1 yard loss on the play to bring up 2nd and 11. So Marble, second play of the series. Now a little quick hitter on the outside. He's got a man. He's got some room off the right side. Ooh, that's a dangerous one. Wide side of the field. That's the kind DBs like going the other way.
Yeah, that was a wide receiver quick screen to the outside. And the blocker ended up trying to make a block on a South Summit defender. I don't know who it was. And just got run over.
Wiley Crystal on the coverage and the tackle. Picks up about 6 yards in the play. In motion comes number 2 for the Eagles, Christopher Marble. Now Marble makes his way all the way to the wide side, South Summit side of the field. And now they'll hand off up the middle. Huntsman, good hard run by Huntsman.
He's slashing.
Yeah, it was. Good yardage for Huntsman on the play. He's going to be up just short of the first down. Picks up about 4 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 2.
Oh, they're going for it, Cody.
I tell you, I got to give them credit here. Like you said, the defensive pressure approach also tells him they're not holding anything back here.
No.
Now they're going to make some substitutions.
I don't know.
There's all kinds of motion back there.
I guess they're not huddled, so they can do that. But I was like, you can't run a guy off and on. But if they don't huddle, you
There's
can.
the punter. It bounces to him. Good job as he gets it end over end. And the ball bounces, and it's fumbling around, taken in deep. Now he's got some room, cuts it back, and now he's got a chance with some blockers out in front. The speed is on. He's across the 40, cuts it back. That's Braden Osgerthorpe, and he's across the 30 down to the 26-yard line. No flags as Osgerthorpe with a great return. Had a little time fielding the ground ball, but he picked it up, broke a tackle, got to the outside, about right where the line of scrimmage was from the punt, and South Summit's in business on first down.
Yeah, you probably would like him as your shortstop.
Hey, that was a nice one. Yeah,
that's good. That was a bouncer.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, and he scooped that up, and he took off. Boy, that's probably, about 35, 40 yards?
That was a good return. Our softballs, they bounce a little easier on turf than that football, that's for sure.
Right.
All right, 1st and 10 for South Summit in ALA territory. 8:25 left, first quarter, no scores. Britton Wolstenhume goes in motion to the left. Snap to Lashy. Lashy's looking left. Now back to the right. He goes up top. He's got a man open and missed it on the outside again. Beautiful pass one more time by Lashy.
That was a fingertip catch, but I think it could have been caught. I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit far, but
Gempler had him beat out there. Looked like a good effort. It was out on the outstretched hand, but
yeah,
Gempler would say he could have gotten that one.
Yeah, he was beat by 3-4 strides.
So South Summit trying to soften up this ALA defense. So 8:20 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for South Summit. Lashy gets the snap, hands off to Stembridge up the middle, again hit hard.
Boy, our run defense is pretty stout.
I'll say, first man there on the stop is number 51, Thomas O'Donnell for the Eagles. Picks up about 3 yards on the play. South Summit's had a rough time running between the tackles early on in this ball game. South Summit's offense has taken a couple of shots down the field and had some good looks. Let's see what they dial up here on 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, right now it's just an execution thing. They need to execute. Yeah, they've had
7. And now, hand off. Nope. Lashy's going to keep it off the right side. Fake. And he's going to get stopped short. Good job stringing it out by ALA again.
It's going to be close.
Ooh, he's going to be, it looks like just inside the first down marker. It's going to be what looks to be about 4th down and maybe a yard to a half a yard.
Yeah.
So getting Lashy on the outside, picks up about 6 yards. They need one more. Another 4th down play for South Summit.
Might get a hard count here.
Good spot for it. So Lashy and the Wildcats, 4th and 1. Lashy hands off to Stembridge, and Stembridge is going to pick up the first down. He was hit initially right about the line of scrimmage. Right. What do you call those again, Aaron?
Good yak yards.
Yak yards. I brought yak yards up in my geography class this week, and nobody even knew what a yak animal was. We don't have that around here.
YAC, yards after contact. Or you can say yaft, first touch.
Yeah. Kobe Creviston finally for the Eagles, bringing him down. 6:36 left, first quarter, no score.
That's still some hard running in there. It wasn't a gimme.
Nothing's been easy here for South Summit running the football as the Eagles now a little quick and out the right side, a little flanker screen on the outside, and he picks up maybe.
That's a good play from the inside.
Yeah, 4 or 5 yards.
I think that's a linebacker. There's another wide receiver screen, but he was tackled by the linebacker from the inside of the field.
Lots of room. Stratton Stevens with the
Stratton
reception.
wasn't really expecting that. He was kind of looking to the outside, and that guy came from the inside.
2nd down and 4 as Stevens picks up his first reception of the night. Gets about 6 on the play. South Summit trying to find some gaps in this defense. Tight man-to-man defense all the way across. And now inside the 10-yard line. Lashy gets the snap. And Stembridge right up the middle. Big hole this time for the senior. And Stembridge picks up the first points of the night as the Wildcats pound it in from 9 yards out. Trey Stembridge puts the Wildcats on the board. 6-0 early lead. That one had a lot of room.
Yeah, that was probably inevitable. Ground and pound, that one he was untouched. He went right through the line.
So, at 5:36 left in this first quarter, South Summit strikes first on their second possession. Stembridge with the 9-yard run up the middle. And Dominguez will try to finish it off. Beautiful kick by Dominguez. 7-0 lead. We'll take our first time out of the night as the Wildcats on homecoming night lead 7-0.
South Summit has some great sponsors here that contribute vitally to our athletic programs. We're going to recognize the sponsors that go along with
5:36 left first quarter. South Summit out to an early 7-0 lead on the 9-yard run by Trey Stembridge. And now the Wildcats and Dominguez will kick off into the south end zone. This one I'm sure will sail in. Dominguez, one of the best legs in high school football. Beautiful end-over-end kick. Almost split the uprights. Lands just at the back of the end zone. Dominguez.
Well, that's an interesting kick return front line. Did you happen to notice that? They had nobody outside of the hash marks. Everybody's inside the numbers. Holy cow, you could run an onside kick and no one's over there.
So it'll be ALA football. Trailing 7-0, 1st and 10 at the 20. Marvel quarterbacking with Huntsman in the backfield typically. 2 men wide to the right. And Marvel gets the fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, got a man, and drops it out in the flat. Beautiful pass.
Yes, that's got to
laid out well. Number 15. Huntsman, the intended receiver. You can't lay it any better than Marble did on that one.
Little bootleg action pass. That's what that was.
Always a good play to get going. Give you a little run play option. Pretty safe pass across the middle. You just got to execute it. Missed the chance right there to pick up 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Marble. Again, same formation. 2 man right, wide to the right. Now Marble back to pass. Oh, now he's hit from kind of low. Is flying in across. Who's that on that tackle?
Right in the midsection.
Riker Woodward there with the sack. As he got there quick, and Marble was looking downfield. Didn't see him coming.
Yeah, right in the midsection.
Yeah, hit him hard. That one can't feel too pleasant, as now it's 3rd and close to 20, about 3rd and 17.
Now this is turnover time for South Summit. 3rd and long. Play that football.
In motion goes number 1.
Oh boy, bad
Swarms,
snap.
bad snap. Ball's loose. A scramble for it on the ground. Looks like AOA was able to get back on top of it. So it's going to bring up 4th and 17 as it got back about to the quarterback. Missed the handle on the bad snap. So it's going to be 4th and long and another punting situation for AOA. Back deep for South Summit. Mora. Dan Osgothorpe, good snap this time. A lot of pressure put on as
there's a high kick.
Good punt and a fair catch put on. Good field position again for South Summit as it's taken right at the 40-yard line. And it'll be a good opportunity for South Summit in ALA territory again. 1st and 10 at the 40. And
I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the whole thing right here. On the 40-yard line, they might try to throw it all the way to the end zone.
Back-to-back possessions inside ALA territory. This one at the 41, back at about the 27 on the last possession. So short fields to work for South Summit. Loving the field position this defense put them in. Really putting ALA behind the 8 ball early on in this ball game as the Wildcats trying to strike again in ALA territory. Lashy gets the snap. And keeps it this time. He goes up the middle, breaks the tackle, but contained to about a 6-yard gain on the tackle for the Eagles. Christopher Marble, number 2, Lashy with the keeper. Got about 5 is all, so it'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like defensively they're not really prepared for the quarterback. They're watching the running backs, but they're not really prepared. They don't have a defender on the quarterback, it looks like right now.
So some adjustments being made by the South Summit offensive play calling, working well. 3:48 left. Coach Mike Roof and his staff doing an outstanding job this year. And Lashy goes across the middle. He's got a man and loses the handle again.
Good defensive play.
That reached in, kind of broke it up. Yeah. Who's the intended receiver there, Larry?
Gempler again?
Mitch Gempler, intended receiver. And it was broken up well. Good tight coverage by the Eagles.
Yeah,
that
was a good throw. Nice and low. Very catchable, but I'd credit the defender on that for knocking that ball out.
Britton Wolstenhume bringing in the play call from the sideline. 3rd and 5 for South Summit. Really no big plays.
No.
Yet for South Summit, they've had to chip away. The defense of ALA has been pretty stiff so far as Lashino goes out to the outside. He's got a man, but a flag comes in late. It's probably going to be offensive pass interference. Looks like one of the inside receivers was pushing back off the Stevens catch. Let's see what the call is. I'm guessing, but if I had to guess, that's looked like what it may have been.
That's a good example of just taking what the defense gives you. Stevens, the defender's off of him, definitely respecting him over 10 yards.
During the play, holding defense.
Holding on defense. Oh, we got a mic tonight. Is that the first time we've been mic'd up?
I think it might be.
All right, so it's a defensive hold. So are we going to add that to the end of the play, or is that a decline penalty?
It's a decline penalty.
Okay, so they decline the penalty, pick up about 8 yards on the play. Glad it wasn't what I guessed. The South Summit picks up the first down on a good catch by Stevens on the outside. And 1st and 10, South Summit. Ball at the 29-yard line, 3:12 left, first quarter. Wildcats looking to strike again, leading 7-0. South Summit, 3 games we mentioned, including this one left in the season schedule. Trying to make it 5 in a row. Looking good early on in this first quarter. And Lashy's going to keep it. He's off to the right. Now he's going to pull it up and goes deep. And again, just that time, uncatchable, too deep.
Yeah.
Good play call again as the ALA defense had to be aware of Lashy's potential to run it on the ground. But he threw it on the run. That time out to Britton Wolstenhume. That way too far.
Boy, our deep passes, one of these are gonna hit, and it's gonna be big, because every time he throws it deep, we're 3-4 steps ahead of that defender.
Number 73.
Kel Worthen on the coverage for the Eagles.
Downfield.
So faked out his own lineman on that play as the defender or the offensive lineman. Thought Lashy might be running it, and they moved across the line of scrimmage, blocking downfield. Penalty on the Wildcats. Will push it back. 1st and 15 now. 2:46 left, first quarter. Lashy, back to pass, now a little swing pass. Out to Stembridge. Stembridge has got a lot of room. He's got one man to beat. Great tackle.
Very good tackle.
On the outside by number 35. 35 on the tackle for the Eagles. A Nathan Tanner with a touchdown saving tackle.
Make that. That's a touchdown.
That was a beautiful open field tackle.
Yep.
Wrap up Stembridge.
Call that today a gator roll. Just you grab the lower half of the body and you just wrap up and roll over. Takes those guys right
coming
down.
out with all of them tonight, buddy.
Yeah, that's a
gator rolls and yak yards and pound and ground.
That's a tackling technique in the open field.
How many more you got stashed away in there?
A few more.
A few more. Oh, good. I want to hear them. Lashy back to pass. 1st and 10. Plenty of time. Now he's going to get taken. Took too much time.
Yeah.
Probably had a chance to run it as that pocket opened way up on the left side.
That's definitely a coverage sack.
Absolutely. 55, I think, on the tackle. That was Michael Sanchez with the sack. Loses about a yard on the play. Good job by Sanchez. We've called his number often. It's Michael Sanchez with the good penetration in the back, coming from the backside. God Lashy with the tackle will bring up 2nd and 11.
He brought in Gunnarsson in the running back spot here. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he's going to get it.
125 as we're winding down quarter number 1. That's Stembridge. Stembridge with the good hard run. He's close to the goal line. Had a lot of blockers out in front. Looks like he's going to be tackled just short of the goal line. Nathan Tanner finally able to pull him down, but an outstanding run for Stembridge.
That's just the 21st century version of student body right.
Student body right.
There we go.
What does that mean?
On homecoming night. They had multiple blockers over there.
Student body right.
They all just went to the right. Everybody. Nothing fancy.
1st and goal, South Summit inside the 5 at around the 1-2 yard line.
There we go.
And inside. Who is that?
That's Lashy. Oh, Stembridge played.
Stembridge, okay, got the snap.
Wildcat.
Trey Stembridge gets the snap, and he goes off the left tackle. Makes it in. Touchdown, South Summit as Stembridge gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. How about the play calling? Mixing it up. I don't think we've done that all year.
No, it's a
Wildcat look.
Yeah.
Right to Stembridge.
Yep.
And South Summit goes up 13-0. Dominguez with a chance to make it 14, and the kick is up and good. And the Wildcats lead by 2 touchdowns with back-to-back impressive drives. The Stembridge finishes off them both as the Wildcats lead 14-0.
We'd like to recognize our sponsor, IHC, Intermountain Sports Medicine at Varsity Hospital, is a proud sponsor of South High School Athletics. We'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our athletic trainer, Keaton Giant, and physicians, Dr. Terry Jaworski and Dr. Dave.
55 seconds left. South Summit leading 14-0. 55 seconds left in the first quarter. It's been all South Summit so far as the Wildcat offense starting to find its way. Stembridge leading the charge on the ground as Dominguez's kick is up and it's deep into the end zone.
Wow, it's almost out of the back.
It's almost out of the back of the end zone as the Wildcat defense has been pretty darn stingy so far. And the Wildcat offense taking care of short fields. They lead now 14-0.
So on that last touchdown, South Summit went into the Wildcat where Stembridge was both the quarterback, so they sacrificed the pass for an extra blocker. He went in untouched.
So it'll be AOA football needing to put a drive together, trailing by 2 touchdowns. So Marble and the Eagles looking for their first down of the night. Trying to establish a little bit of a run game. It's good stats on the ground by Huntsman as he has 650 yards on the season. But the South Summit defense has really prohibited that from gaining much ground so far. Taking a minute here to get this thing going. South Summit in incredibly tight coverage. Now backing off a little bit on the outside. Now in motion. Marble's got to go quick.
Boy.
Ooh, that was almost picked off.
Oh boy, it bounced around.
Woo! Making a good step on the football. Intended receiver was Christopher Marble, the senior. Thrown from number 9, Nicholas Marble. And the South Summit backer was there quick. May have been maybe Blazard out there on the outside. I think it was.
Doesn't have
Blazard.
a lot of time to throw it.
I'll tell you what, he's got to get rid of it quick.
Yeah, he sure does.
As the South Summit defense is on him fast. And now the handoff up the middle. Good hard running. As there's some yards after contact.
There.
And Huntsman picks up about 3 or 4 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 7 on the tackle for South Summit. Caden Hunter, first man there for the Wildcats. 22 seconds left in quarter number 1. And let's see if ALA wants to call a play here before this clock winds down. Might be a good chance to think it over and talk about it on 3rd down. Big 3rd down play for the Eagles as they cannot give this ball back to South Summit.
So that's what they're going to do.
This deep in the end zone. So they're going to run out quarter number 1 as it's been all Wildcats at homecoming tonight. 14-0 as South Summit looking good.
We'd like to recognize some of our artists talking. The Camas Health Center, Camas' own Philly family, High Valley Trucking, Camas Storage, Victory Ranch, Seacon Wealth Management, Protected Self-Storage, and Camas Food Town. Eagles with a 3rd down at 7.
3rd and 7 for ALA on a big 3rd down play as we start quarter number 2. Could really use a first down to keep this offense on the field and keep the South Summit offense off. And Marble, he's got a man out wide and almost picked off as it's over the outstretched hand of number 2, Christopher Marble. And on the coverage for South Summit out there, almost picking up the interception. It was just slightly tipped.
He's having a hard time stepping into his throw. South Summit's pressure is just
right up into his grill, isn't it? Cole Lloyd was the man there, almost picked up the interception. 4th down and 7 for the Eagles. And back goes Oscarthorpe for South Summit. Lone man back for the punt return for South Summit. And the 3rd punt of the night. Now it's blocked. South Summit's all over. It's picked up. South Summit touchdown on the punt, block, and return. And it was a jailbreak as 5-6 men all over that punter.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Who was that, Laird, on the return? Mitchell Gempler with the return on the block. I wish we could find out who was the first man to get his hands on it. It could have been one of about 5.
That's right up the middle, too. I mean,
just a push, and like the quarterback back there trying to pass, the South Summit pressure's relentless. They were all over it. I haven't seen a block punt return South Summit in a long time. Now, my memory's not getting very good, but I can't remember one in quite some time.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Whew. I tell you what, Gempler picked it up right on a high bounce, caught it in stride. Easy score for South Summit. And with The second play of the second quarter, South Summit scores again. Dominguez gets the kick, and just like that, it's 21-0 as South Summit now racking up the points early as ALA is going to have to reassess what they can do to protect not only the punter, but Marble in the backfield, because the defense now is pinning their ears back, and it's going to be rough sailing if some adjustments are made. Timeout on the field here. South Summit puts their third touchdown of the night. It's 21-0.
We'll see how Dominguez does. Kicking to the north. Dominguez feels a little longer that way.
Great special teams touchdown for South Summit on the block punt as they swarm that punter right deep in his own end zone. Dominguez kick will start ALA at their 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20, and it's been all South Summit. And the snowball's rolling here downhill as the Wildcats now up 3 touchdowns, 21-0 on the defense. Back out, putting the pressure on this ALA offense.
Now we talk about this every week, but what a weapon Dominguez is. Our defense always has 80 yards behind him.
Yep, it's a dang good weapon for sure.
And that's big, and especially high school football.
I'll tell you what, now you really got to go. If you're the offensive coordinator of ALA, you got to start finding some stuff to slow this pressure down, some screens, maybe something out to the outside where this pressure is just making it difficult for Marble to get any kind of time. And, of course, he's hearing footsteps from both sides in motion. And now the fumble is on the ground. And the worst thing they need happening is that ALA loses the handle. South Summit football. Who's the man coming out of there, Laird? Noah Gunnarsson or Cole Lloyd, one of the two.
I don't think the running back ever got the ball.
Never really had full possession as he lost it on the handoff. It went caroming into the line and coming out with it, South Summit.
Pressure will do that too.
Whew. Tell you what, when you're constantly worried about where they're coming from each play, you start looking in other places than where you need to be. And another turnover, back-to-back. Disastrous plays for the Eagles deep in their own territory, and South Summit at 1st and 10 inside the 20. And the pitch out to Stembridge. Stembridge kicks it out to the outside, and he gets knocked out of bounds. Almost looked like a face mask. Nothing called. First man there, Zachariah Swarms for the Eagles. And after about a 5-yard pickup for the Wildcats. So picks up 5. Lashy now in to get the play call to his team.
South Summit starting to exert themselves here.
So 2nd and 5. Ball at the 12. And Lashy gets the snap. Lots of time. Now he's going to scramble out to his right. There's nobody out in front if he wants. Now he drops it out into the flat, but we got a penalty marker.
Probably another lineman downfield, I think.
From the sideline. And you might say may have seen another lineman as they see Lashy scramble out to the right.
Yeah, because he could have run for a long time.
He could have, as there was no one there. That's another one of the many dangers of staying in man, as if you get the quarterback out on the run, there's nobody there to contain him. So it looks like that one's going to come back for South Summit. See what the call is.
During the play, holding.
Holding.
Offense, number 68. 10 yards from previous spot. First repeats it in half.
Holding on South Summit. They'll lose about 10 yards on the play. So it would have been a big pickup for South Summit. Out of the backfield, I believe it was Stembridge out of the backfield with the catch.
Yeah.
So that will negate a good pickup from Lashy to Stembridge. Brings up now 2nd and 14. Ball at the 21. Got to get to the 7-yard line to pick up the first down. 11-12 left in this second quarter. Lashy with the snap. Okay, now he's trying to go deep out to the right side on the flag route. Nothing there. As double coverage on the outside. Good coverage by the Eagles. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, lots of time. Just overthrew him a little bit.
On the coverage, Hinckley, Morley, and Christopher Marble for the Eagles. Good coverage by ALA, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for South Summit.
If ALA can hold South Summit to a field goal attempt, that's a victory for them in this situation.
So just outside the 20. South Summit trying to put up their 4th score of the night. 3rd and long. As Lashy back to pass. Goes across the middle. He's got a man open. It's broken up.
He tipped that. 28.
Good coverage. Step for step. As that was Britton Wilstenhume, the intended receiver, as Lashy tried to lay it up softly.
Yeah, that was a good throw. That was just the defender just tipped it right out.
ALA's defensive coverage has been good.
Yeah.
Hinckley Morley again on the cover. And it looks like Dominguez will try the field goal. It's going to be about a 38-yard field goal attempt.
Right down the middle.
Yep, right down the middle basically. Slightly shaded to the right side. Wow, Dominguez put a little draw on this kick. Plenty of leg.
Oh, that was bad. That was a bad snap.
Looks like somebody called a timeout just as the snap. Timeout, so we'll take one. South Summit setting up for a 38-yard field goal when we return, trying to go up 24-0.
Dominguez will go for the field goal after the timeout. 4th down. Wildcats. Again. Field goal.
All right, out of the ALA timeout, South Summit will try the 38-yard field goal again. Snap is good. Kick is up. It looks good.
Looked good. I must have just missed it to the
left.
left.
Just missed to the left. Gosh, it looked good from here.
Plenty of leg.
So the ALA defense holds. Second hold of the night, and they maintain a 21-0 deficit. So, hey, that's even better than a made field goal as a missed field goal for ALA. So good break for the Eagles as South Summit held deep in the ALA territory, and it'll be Eagle football at the 20-yard line. 10:52 left in the second quarter. Homecoming night again for South Summit. And now handoff up the left side. Oh, he's hit hard right inside the 20-yard line.
Boy, that running back, his first move was straight up and down, and then he chopped his feet in place for about 3 chops and then grabbed the ball and took off. By that time, that hole was closed.
Caden Hunter was the man there to drive him back. Loses 3 yards on the play.
8 yards deep.
So to bring up 2nd and 13.
You got to move forward at the snap, not up and down. Now, South Summit keeps pushing them back, Cody. We might have a chance for one of those fair catch free kicks.
Be a good time for it. Marble under pressure. He kicks it out beautifully in the flat. It's caught right around the 20-yard line. First completed pass of the night for the Eagles on a nice bootleg again.
Yeah, 3 yards.
Caught by number 5, Gabriel Huff. Marble was under some pressure, and he threw it just as he got hit. Gets back the lost yardage on the previous play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. So there's some positive yardage in the air for the Eagles. And a 3rd and long to try to maintain possession. Marble
Reverse.
Little reverse. Now a flea flicker. Back to Marble. Marble now rolls left. He's got some room. Cuts it back.
That closed up quick. It kind of looked like he had room to get a first down for a minute.
Gunnarsson drags him down. Looked promising to the outside initially. He kind of cut it back, and Gunnarsson was right on his tail. Picks up about 2 yards on the play to bring up 4th and 8.
A little trickeration here.
Yeah, that was mixing it up. Took a little long developing in that backfield. Allowed South Summit to finally pick up the ball, and Gunnarsson finishes it off. 4th down, and punting again for the Eagles. Low liner hits the ground. Beautiful high bounce for Osgothorpe to pick it up. Now he kicks it back. Now he kicks it upfield again. He had a chance to kick it outside. Good coverage by the Eagles as Osgothorpe's brought down at the 40, and Cannon Huntsman there to drag him down. So it'll be South Summit football one more time in ALA territory. 3 and out for the Eagles.
South Summit showing some extraordinary discipline here of running the ball, throwing the ball, because I think they're itching for a big play.
Gone over the top several times, unable to convert.
All right, they might try that again here because.
So it'll be 1st and 10, South Summit leading 21-0, 8:44 left in this first half. And all South Summit throughout. LA has had difficulty moving the football on the offensive side, providing a lot of great opportunities into ALA territory on the offensive side. Here's another
body
one.
left again. Oh, no. This
and
trap play inside.
Stembridge lost the handle, able to regroup it while it was still in the air, picked up about 3 yards on the play. Fortunate to maintain possession.
They're putting Gunnarsson out of that little wing spot, and then they're bringing him across to trap block.
Got to be careful he doesn't get a blindside one.
Yeah.
So the ball is at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 7. South Summit offense has sputtered a little bit here in the last 5-6 plays. A couple penalties. And some good coverage by the Eagles. 2nd and 7. Lashy back. Got plenty of time. Now we're getting some pressure. Now he's got a chance to kick it out. Moves it to the left side. He's going to run. Oh, he's still in bounds. Going up the sideline, and he's driven out of bounds.
Wow.
And thought about running it out. Kicks it all the way inside.
I thought he was going to go out. Then all of a sudden
almost looked like, and he turned it in another gear, didn't he?
He did.
Marble drives him out of bounds finally, but not after about a 25, 30-yard pickup.
I think ALA might have thought he was going out.
Because he kind of almost slowed up a little bit, then saw a little window on the outside. He turned it upfield, put it in overdrive, and picked up good yardage. He'll be inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, South Summit. So Lashy and the Wildcats looking to put up touchdown number 4. It's been Stembridge down of late inside the 10 and loses the handle. Now he's going to roll out wide. He's got a man. Caught, but good tackle just inside the 5-yard line. As number 1 on the tackle is Zachariah Swarms, who's our receiver. Brandon Mora for South Summit with the reception. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. Will bring up 2nd goal from the 4.
It was pretty nifty. He bobbled that snap. It actually went on the ground. He was able to pick it back up and complete the pass.
Stayed pretty poised, didn't he?
Yeah.
No panic. Found Mora on the outside. Hands off to that Stembridge. Touchdown, South Summit again. I think that's Trey Stembridge again. His 3rd touchdown of the night. And the Wildcats score touchdown number 4 as the run game starting to take over for South Summit as Stembridge up the middle again and picks up his 4th touchdown of the night. Is it his 4th?
It's at least 3.
Lashy, I think, had the other one, didn't he? Or was it all 4? I think he's got all 4 because he got the Wildcat one.
Yeah.
So Dominguez with the kick. It's Stembridge after a nice defensive stop for South Summit. Short field, Lashy running, a little pass to Mora, finished off by Stembridge and the Wildcats lead.
It's good to be the king.
Good to be the king on homecoming night. 4 touchdowns tonight already for Trey Stembridge and the Wildcats lead 28-0.
Put the Wildcats up 28-0.
Dominguez will kick off for South Summit. 28-0 lead. South Summit controlling this game on both sides. In fact, all three sides of the football. Or the three sides, special teams, defense, offense, all making huge plays tonight. As the Wildcats will kick off, and Dominguez booms one deep again. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 20. 7:11 left in this first half. Wildcats leading by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, ALA's haven't, they can't run it, they can't throw it, they can't protect the quarterback. This is a very tough situation for
I don't
them
think they've had a first down yet, have they?
I don't believe
I don't believe they have. So 1st and 10, probably a good place to start for ALA. Start establishing some time of possession, try to get a first down, got to establish, as you mentioned, some protection up front. Require some selective play calling here. See what they can't do to put something offensively together. Back to pass, in some trouble. There's a screen pass. Beautiful catch.
There we go.
And a beautiful play call by ALA. And he cuts it back, still on his feet. Great play call by ALA. And there's the adjustment they needed.
That's 21 yards. You called that earlier. The screen pass is a very good play right here.
I'll tell you what, the South Summit defense is just on him. He had to backpedal hard to get that one off. But like you said, that will slow down the South Summit defense a bit, as they're going to have to assess whether they're really being let loose. And that time, ALA takes advantage, picks up 22 yards on the play.
Good execution.
Well done by ALA. 1st and 10. Handoff now to Huntsman. Good yardage on the left side. Still alive, and he's on his and he's going to go the distance. Huntsman outruns the South Summit defense, and there's some life from ALA. Back-to-back outstanding calls.
South Summit thought he stepped out, and he must not have, because he just kept going.
Good speed by Huntsman, and South Summit gives up the first touchdown of the night.
Play through the whistle. Play the whistle.
58-yard run by Huntsman, and the Eagles are on the board, 28-6.
Oh, no, it's coming back.
Maybe he did step out. Maybe that is why they let up a hill. Or is there a penalty? I don't see a flag. Or now they're running back down. I'm confused.
Now they're going back down there. I guess it was a touchdown. Wait, they got a flag.
So they're picking up the flag, so the play will count.
Okay.
So the 58-yard run by Huntsman.
That's just the South Summit defense not playing through the whistle, thinking he's out of bounds, just what Lashley did earlier. And
cut it upfield.
He showed some speed.
He did. Had a good long stride. He outran the defense. Touchdown ALA, just what they need. Offensively, good screenplay to pick up big yardage. Nice quick hitter on the outside. Good blocking for the Eagle, and this one's blocked up front.
Yeah.
Just so,
again.
Good positive play for ALA as they're on the board with their first touchdown of the night. It's a 28-6 lead for the Wildcats.
For a quick drive from the Eagles. They're on the board. 28-6 now. Huntsman, the 2 big plays. They were screen pass and the 58-yard run.
6:33 left in the first half as ALA, great drive put together by the Eagles. Back-to-back big plays and a 58-yard run by Huntsman. That'll add to his impressive yardage total on the season on the ground. He'll be over 700 yards now for the season and picks up a good touchdown. Much needed points for the Eagles. The kickoff awaiting. And there it is, high end over end kick. Beautiful kick down to the 10-yard line. Taken by South Summit at the 10. He hits the, he's got a chance to go. He's got one man to beat. He's going to do it. Touchdown, South Summit. He wasn't touched one time. Tell you what, gosh, you got to love that of a man getting straight up upfield. Damon Milburn putting on the Jets, and South Summit with the response, and immediately comes back with a 90-yard return.
Boy, he really did. He caught that ball and just went north.
He had high speed quick, didn't he?
He sure did. Nice little right on the kicker.
I'll tell you, good move by Milburn just to avoid the one last man to beat, because once he broke through that initial coverage, it was the kicker left, and Milburn with a 90-yard kickoff return. That's something that you'll remember on homecoming night.
Yeah, those are some big plays here all of a sudden.
That's two special team touchdowns tonight. Block punt, return kickoff, Dominguez with the extra point, and just like that, 35-6 lead is South Summit with an exciting return. Milburn goes 90 yards, and the Wildcats lead by 29.
So at 6:20 left in this first half, Wildcats have put up 35. Eagles put up 6. It just keeps getting better and better, man.
.620 left, second quarter. No need for the South Summit offense to get out on the field that time as Milburn and the special teams crew immediately go 90 yards on the return. That's as quick a return as you get one, as he hit the ground running on that catch, and he motored 90 yards right down the center of the field. Nobody touched him. In fact, I'm not sure anybody got within 5 yards of him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that thing parted beautifully, and up he went it. One man to beat. He beat him easily, and
that's a no-nonsense return. He just went north, and that was
as quick as it can get. Milburn showing some speed.
Yeah, he sure did.
So let's see if ALA can put back together drives as they have it 1st and 10 again at their own 20. Marble and the Eagles will hand off to Huntsman. He cuts it back. Good job by Huntsman, spinning to pick up positive yardage. Picks up about 3 on the play.
He had the touchdown, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yep, he looks good running the football. If he can find some openings, he can get some positive yardage. Picks up 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tell you what, that's what you got to start counting on if your ALA offense over there is positive gains on each play.
That's right.
If you can put 4-yard plays together, keep the clock running, keep South Summit offense off the field, give yourself a chance to stay in this ball game. They could use another score to try to keep this to a 3-score game, as Kempler was on the tackle that time for South Summit.
Timeout, ALA.
And it looks like ALA wants to talk it over on 2nd and 7. Yeah, I think he does. So we'll take a timeout. Another one on the field. South Summit leading 35-6.
will see how the Eagles do out of the timeout. Second down. And 7.
5:36 left. It'll be ALA. Second 7 out of the timeout. Ball's at the 23-yard line. Need to get out to the 30. Huntsman with a good run on first down to pick up 3. South Summit defense been continually applying the pressure to Marble and the ALA offense. Marble now rolls it out to the left. Got a man out in the flat. Beautiful pass by Marble. He's driven out of bounds. Another positive yardage for ALA. Picks up about 4 or 5 on the play. Beautifully executed. Good fake handoff. Yeah. Huntsman with the catch, and Cole Lloyd drives him out of bounds for South Summit. Picks up 4. Third and 3 now for the Eagles.
Makeable.
So good play calling by ALA, doing all they can to find some opportunities, move the ball forward, doing a good job. And now handoff to Huntsman, trying to find his way close.
Oh, boy.
To the first down marker, and let's see where they spot it. He is pretty close. Ball's out close to the 30-yard line. And he's going to look like be just a few inches short. So it's going to be 4th and about 1.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
I tell you what do you got to lose? Because that punting last time did not go well. See if they can't draw him off. Hard count doesn't get it. I tell you what, I just tell Marble to find a seam. They hand off to, I don't know if he got it, did he?
He's not going to get it. No.
Woo.
He did not get it. Oh, boy.
All right, so the South Summit defense, did we see who was there, Laird? I don't know. There were several of them.
Group.
Looks like Caden Hunter's getting congratulated. 45, senior linebacker, leading the team in tackles. And that time holding ALA on 4th and less than a yard. And it'll be South Summit football again in ALA territory inside the 30.
Good defensive stand there.
So South Summit rebounding after giving up 80 yards on the previous drive. It'll be 1st and 10, Wildcat offense. So Lashy and South Summit with Stembridge in the backfield. And Lashy with the snap.
They're bringing a lot of
He's looking across the middle and tangled up. And it's intercepted by the Eagles as the receiver got tangled up.
Osgothorpe's thinking.
Osgothorpe got tripped up. He went down, and that left the Eagles all alone. Milburn also out there as well as a receiver. Who caught the ball?
That was Huntsman again.
He what?
15 caught him.
15.
Again.
Cameron Huntsman working on both sides. Oh, it was Milburn who got tripped up.
No, he tackled.
Oh, Milburn with the tackle. Osgothorpe was the intended receiver.
Yeah, he was expecting a flag, but I didn't really see that. I just saw it looked like Lashy was actually throwing it to ALA.
So, looks like they just got their feet tangled up to me, but... So, break for ALA. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So, first turnover of the night for South Summit. And they'll hand off to Huntsman. Huntsman off the left side. Good positive yardage for Huntsman. And it'll bring up now 2nd and 4. Tell you what, Huntsman, how about that? Both sides of the football. Scored the touchdown on offense. Has the interception on defense. As Huntsman playing well for the Eagles. 6 yards on first down on the tackle for South Summit. Caden Hunter on the tackle for the Wildcats. 2nd and 4. Now back to pass. Marble. Screen pass again to the left. There it is again. Huntsman with positive yardage one more time.
That play's been good to him.
I'll tell you what, they pick up over 10 yards on the play. Mitchell Gempler on the tackle as Huntsman. Again on the screen pass. Picks up over 12. 1st and 10 and another first down for the Eagles. Tell you what, that screen play.
Yeah.
Little diamond in the rough there for this offense, finding a good opportunity to move the chains. Across the 30, 1st and 10, Eagles. Marble chained up.
Now what? He threw that on the track.
Looks like a whistle blew just as the snap was being called.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning, South Summit.
He doesn't know where his flag is. He threw it clear into the cheerleaders.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Eagles, sideline warning on the South Summit sideline. 1st and 10 for ALA. Marble continuing to go. Playing well for the Eagles. Drops back, got a little time, throws it up high, and it's out of bounds.
No, we got in the backfield. It's going to be a hold or a
not roughing the passer, is it?
Or something like that. It kind of came late.
Yeah, deep in the backfield. 1 of 2 typically.
That's holding.
Holding on the Eagles. So that's going to drive the Eagles back. So they'll take the 10-yard penalty, and that'll move them back, and it'll bring up 1st and long with 3:21 left in this first or second quarter.
56, 10 yards.
10-yard penalty on the Eagles after the holding call. So that moves the ball back to the 20-yard line. Negates the positive yardage they picked up on the screen. So the Eagles now with a long ways to go, deep in their own territory again. Gone to the well a couple of times with the screen pass. Might be time to go to the right side. Lots of room on the right this time.
Yeah.
How many times can you go back to the screen, would you say?
Well, that's a little...
Nope, now they try to go out to the wide side, and there's too much pressure coming up. And somebody came across quickly. Gunnarsson, first man there, and now they're going to lose about 7 more. Ball carrier on the play. It's called number 1.
It's called a fly sweep. The slot goes in motion, and they give it to him right behind the line. See motions behind the line, trying to get outside.
So 2nd and 26 to go now as ALA moving in the wrong direction. And now they hand off fake the fly sweep that time. He's going to pick up a yard is all. Tell you, this might be a time to go. Quick kick from Marble. 3rd and long. Gunnarsson there again for South Summit. 2:19 left and counting in this first period, or first half. Second quarter, South Summit up by 29. 5 touchdowns. Oh, nope. Milburn got the other touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what the other one was. It was a Gempler. That's what it was. Now we remember. Gempler,
so 3
punt block, 3 by Stembridge, 1 for Gempler.
Right. Oh, he's going deep.
Now he throws it up deep, up for grabs, and almost intercepted by South Summit. Should have.
Oh, they're going to call
flag comes in late, hits the South Summit defender.
Yeah, he threw it. They're going to call pass interference, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, that ball had no chance of being caught.
Tell you what, that was up for grabs.
Yeah.
Braden Osgothorpe, one of many there to try to break it up.
Number 13, 50 yards from previous spot.
Defensive pass interference.
Yeah, still not a first down.
So a defensive pass interference call on South Summit. So let's see where they spot the ball. 13-yard penalty.
It's 3rd and 26, so it's going to be 3rd.
Now about 3rd and 11, so they move it ahead 15 yards. I still am under the assumption that pass interference is always an automatic first down, but it's not in high school. 3rd and 11. And now back to pass is Marble. Goes on the outside. I think that's Huntsman again, isn't it?
Boy.
On the catch, picks up good yardage, 6-7 yard pass on the play. Nope. Swarms with the catch for ALA. And several South Summit defenders out there to hold him to about a 6-yard pickup. It's going to bring up now 4th and 7. So 1:30 left and counting. Let's see what ALA wants to do on 4th down.
So they're going for it.
Going for it again. In motion.
Oh, they tried the hard
count. Not biting that time. Timeout. ALA. They'll think it over on 4th down.
ALA. Second stretch timeout of the half.
Are you okay? I'll take a little breather, buddy.
Yeah, we got that drone flying around. I keep that thing.
Creepy stuff.
Again, I'd like to recognize our sponsors. Inbound Sports Medicine and Varsity Hospital, the top sponsor of South Summit High School Athletics. We'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our athletic trainer, Keith Giants. I'd like to mention Dr. Terry Gillespie and Dr. Greg Iverson for their support of South Summit High School Athletics. Inbound Sports Medicine and Varsity Hospital is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for South Summit High School. Our football athletic trainers, physicians, and physical therapists use today's participants for fast moving card play. Stay in the game with Intermountain Sports Medicine at Park City Hospital.
We got a drone flying over top of the field. It looks kind of creepy. Two little green eyes up there looking down over top of us. Somebody's running a drone, getting a good bird's eye view right above the ball. Looks like it's moved here a little bit. I don't see it now.
Right over there.
Yep, there it is. It's a crazy world out there. 4th and 6. So AOA looks like they're in the same formation as prior to the timeout. See what Marvel's going to do here. And they're going to hand it off over to the side.
Not
And
even
Huntsman
close.
not close to
I
the
don't even
first
think
down.
he made it to the line of scrimmage.
Woo! On the tackle for South Summit, Riker Woodward, first man there for South Summit. And so the Wildcats will take over with 1:10 left in quarter number 2, leading by 29. And this one really could put a really almost insurmountable chance for any kind of comeback for AOA if South Summit goes up.
This is getting
6 scores.
It's getting close to the Miami Dolphin Denver Broncos game here.
We're halfway there.
All right, South
First and
Summit,
10.
little 2-minute drill. They don't have enough players on the field.
So Lashy looking to, now he's under pressure. Now he gets out of it, rolling to his left, trying to find the corner, and he does.
Boy.
And he'll run it out of bounds, and now a flag comes flying in late.
They're going to call either they're going to call holding or like tripping, I think. They're going to call
Looks like they're
holding.
going to call holding on South Summit, so that'll drive him back 10 more.
Lashy probably should have been sacked, but he got out of it.
The ALA guy had good contact on him, didn't really make no attempt to wrap him up a bit.
South Summit had a trips formation, and ALA defender wasn't over there. He got over late.
It's kind of surprising in a way how much time Lashy's had at time and has had a hard time finding anybody open.
Really
The secondary's done well for ALA.
Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, yeah, he really hasn't been pressured all that much. His pressures come late.
Penalty goes off number 54.
So, 10-yard penalty on the Wildcats for holding. 1 minute left exactly in this first half. And now the Wildcats have 20 yards to go to pick up a first down. So the Wildcat offense trying to make up some ground here. Now they move Britton Wolstenhume to the wide side of the field. 3 men to the left, 1 to the right. Lashy back to pass, looking left. He's got a man out in the flat, and it's caught.
That was a nice execution.
That was a good pass by Lashy, number 21, South Summit.
Dante?
That's Dante Mikhailov on the catch for the Wildcats. Driven out of bounds by the Eagles. Picks up more than half of it on that play.
And just a deep outcut. Very well thrown.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 9 for South Summit. 32 seconds left. Good pass by Lashy.
Dante ran a good route, too. You have
route.
to remember, they have to come back to the ball. And he did a nice job of that.
Lashy threw it out there perfectly. So 2nd and 9, and he got out of bounds. Stops the clock. 32 seconds left. Lashy pump fake. Now he's trying to get a double move. Didn't get it. Now he's trying to thread the needle. Wow, good pass by Lashy.
Incomplete.
Oh, it falls incomplete.
That was a throw.
Man, he put some zip on that one, didn't he?
He sure did.
So Lashy delivered it perfectly, and Wolstenhume unable to come down with it. Good pressure again by ALA.
I'm not sure Wolstenhume thought he was open. Lashy drilled it in there.
Zoomed it in there quick.
Yeah, that
Good
was
zip on the ball right there from Lashy. Now 24 seconds left, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, South Summit is uncharacteristically really having a hard time throwing the ball. But yet Lashy does have plenty of time.
Plenty
It's
of
not a
time.
pressure
But I
thing.
tell you what, this defensive secondary, and you mentioned it early, as they've come out and said, we're going to go man-to-man with South Summit.
I'll admit, I was a little skeptical, but they're holding it down.
They're holding their own out there against a good receiving core for South Summit. 4 of them out there, and any of them can find a spot. Now we got a man out to the wide side.
That's just
and Woolstenhume again, unable to come down with the catch right into his hands, and he struggled a bit bringing it in. That's 2 times. The ball's hit him right in his hands, and Lashy got to be a little frustrated with that one as he's delivered it perfectly.
Yeah, that ball's just got to be caught. That would have been in stride everything.
He could have beat the corner there and maybe even gotten a touchdown.
He might have. He would have definitely been in stride with that. Well, at least we get...
so Dominguez now. This one will be a 49-yard field goal.
Far left hash.
Woo. I think Dominguez has got the leg. Does he have the alignment? 20 seconds left. And snaps a bit high. Gets down. The kick is up. He's got enough leg.
That's through.
And just left. No good. Again, plenty of leg from 49.
Both those, they look good.
They look good. Just missed left. And Dominguez, again, getting a chance to kick one close to 50 yards on the field goal. So with 15 seconds left, ALA holds again on defense. And it'll be ALA football with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, boy, that. It's funny from these angles. It's hard to tell from the sides.
I know, we get kind of spoiled when you kick one on TV. You're looking right down the uprights. You can see if that's going to come through or not. Well, from this side angle, it's hard to tell. 15 seconds left. 35-6 South Summit leading by 29. They've led throughout. And ALA, let's see if they want to attempt much or if they're content to go in with a stop. And they are. So that'll end this first half as South Summit on homecoming night out to an impressive 35-6 lead, and the Wildcats looking good on homecoming night as they go in leading by 29. So we'll take a break. Halftime entertainment provided by the South Summit student body. Enjoy. We'll be back with third quarter action in 15 minutes as the Wildcats lead 35-6.
So, let's draw your attention to the center of the field. So the South Summit Providence and the South Summit Juniors are getting set for their halftime homecoming extravaganza. Welcome to the field, our juniors and our Providence rookies. Here we go. Came to win by our cheerleaders and Providence. South Summit Strawberry Dance Cheerleaders Homecoming Extravaganza. What is more beautiful than 45 girls out on the football field? How about the Harvesters just coming up over top of the Intermountains? Beautiful side here at South Summit Stadium. Great job, Bobbings and cheerleaders. The Bobbings are coached by Billy Joe Beautycover. The cheerleader head coach is Allie McNeil. And we have some results here from the parade. I don't know how the total score is. We'll see how this affects it. So, here we go. In fourth place, with 77 points, the sophomores. Third place, 101 points, the seniors. Second place, with 129 points, juniors. And first place by 1 point, or 130 points, the freshmen. Way to go, freshmen. That's homecoming spirit for you right there. Well, so back, relax, and enjoy the halftime. And we'll be going here in about 10 minutes.
Hey everybody, we are so happy to have you all back with us. If you're an alumni, will you please stand right now so we can honor you? Thanks for coming back for homecoming. We look forward to some awesome events next year to celebrate our alumni. So thank you for coming and supporting South Summit. At this time, we want to recognize and honor Betty Jo Beautycover, who is our SBO advisor. She's planned some amazing events for our students this week, and they've been incredibly successful. I don't think her family has seen her much, but we have, and we love her and appreciate her. Student bodies, give it up for Miss Beautycover.
What could be more appropriate on homecoming night than our South Summit band and our South Summit cheerleaders leading us in our school song? Everybody rise and join in on Hail to Our School. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, cheerleaders. Thank you, South Summit band. Mr. Fierro, if you could, please, we need some more batteries up here, double A's. We're just about out. Just about out of double A batteries. Somebody, thank you. Now we're good to go. Start this second half. Wildcats up big, 35-6. The Eagles won the opening toss to make it third. They'll receive to start this second half.
All right, great halftime put on tonight here at South Summit, homecoming, and it's been a great night for South Summit football as we lead 29 points, 35-6 lead for South Summit. And the special teams had a great night. Block punt for a touchdown and a return kick for a touchdown. As you mentioned, surprisingly, just the offensive more so than the passing game. And I'm surprised in a few of those, they haven't gone to Trey Stembridge a bit more because he had some good openings. But that offense on the passing game still trying to find its way. And I'll give credit to ALA's defensive secondary. They've done well. So let's see what South Summit comes up with here in this second half.
Yeah, passing-wise, we just haven't found a rhythm tonight at all. We've been running the ball well, but and it hasn't been due to pressure of last year. It's the back end of LA's defense is playing pretty tight coverage, and I was a little skeptical when they started the game because they're just going man to man. No help,
and they haven't been burned one time.
Not really.
In the air.
No, they have not.
In terms of executing.
Yeah, we've had games with much bigger pass plays than tonight. Tonight's been kind of a special teams big play night.
Agreed. All right, we're underway. It'll be Dominguez kicking into the north end zone. Cooling off here. Beautiful moon looking down over South Summit. Is that going to...
yeah, that would be a
touchback. Just barely. That went right over the pylon almost. So it'll be ALA football. ALA made some good adjustments in that second quarter and really played South Summit pretty darn well for the last 4 to 5 minutes, 6 minutes in that second quarter. Got on the scoreboard with a couple of big plays, held South Summit on the defensive side for ALA, preventing a couple of touchdowns from happening, missed a couple of field goals, and here we are, 35-6. Other scores throughout the state we'll try to get to here as we see them unfolding. 2A North, Layton Christian is beating Providence Hall right now, 28-7. And Summit Academy over Judge, 27-13. So a couple good ball games going on in the rest of the region as ALA will start 1st and 10. Now a little bootleg, rolling right under some pressure, goes out wide, and a good pressure put on in the backfield.
Gempler.
Yeah, Gempler as well as on the coverage. Was that Caden Hunter on the coverage for South Summit? So nowhere to go for Marble. And the Eagles, it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a little bootleg action again, but South Summit really had that covered. Gempler played a great job at defensive end. Caden had the back leaking out in the flat.
ALA's had to resort to a lot of stuff out to the outside. Bootleg, swing passes, some sweeps, trying to get away from that interior push up front for the South Summit defense has been pretty relentless.
Screen pass has been
there's been really the go-to at times for ALA to try to get some positive yardage. Huntsman, Kyson Atkinson there on the tackle for South Summit. And Huntsman gets back to about the line of scrimmage. He's really led the charge offensively in terms of positive yardage. He's got the 58-yard run, and he's done a good job of really running hard.
Yeah, he's definitely the workhorse.
He is, and he's got an interception on defense as well. So you look back, South Summit has failed to score on. They've had a lot of possessions, but 2 missed field goals and interceptions. So ALA has been able to stop South Summit at times. They just can't get the help they need from this offensive side of the football. So nobody in the backfield as they go up top. He got a man, and it's caught. I think that's Huntsman again, isn't it?
It sure is.
My gosh, Huntsman is all over the field. Beautiful pass by Marble.
Yeah.
And on the coverage, Brandon Mora for South Summit.
South Summit brought the heat.
And there was nobody back there to protect him either.
They went one-on-one on the outside, and he just chucked it up and got it up and over Mora.
Great job protecting Marble on that play as he had plenty of time as the offensive front holding off the South Summit pressure. Now a quick hitter out to the outside. Huntsman again. I'll tell you, Huntsman.
I don't think their receiver was set down here, but oh well.
He picks up close to another first down as you can kind of feel almost a little momentum going here.
Yeah, they're across the 50.
Across the 50. Picks up 7 yards on first down, and it's all to Huntsman. Marble to Huntsman. He's either running the ball out of the backfield, catching screens out of the backfield, little wide receiver screens. He's going deep. He's all over the place. Marble doing a good job getting rid of the football quickly on the money. And again, he's got some time, goes out.
Again.
And Huntsman on an out route. Tell you, it's almost like you ought to start double teaming the kid because that's the only place he's looking.
Yeah.
Pushing him out is Kyson Atkinson.
That's just taking what they give him. That time South Summit had the back end covered. He just hooked it up and got past the, well, I thought he got a first down. It looks like
It was real close. It's almost like they ought to measure that thing as close as it is.
Yeah, they're going to.
That's just a few inches away. And it's almost like ALA is trying to talk him into a measurement. And it doesn't look like they're going to get one. Is it fourth down or third?
Looks like it's fourth. The board says
it was just third.
3. The box says 4.
So, a timeout on the field. We'll figure out the down. ALA on the move on this first possession.
I think they're going to measure, Cody.
Oh, that's what they're doing. Measuring. Okay.
I think they're going to.
Well, other scores throughout the state. Down in the 2A South, Emory's beating South Sevier 35-14, and San Juan beating Grand 62-7. In some notable 1A scores, North Summit beating North Sevier currently 25-7. Duchesne over Millard in a tough game, I'm sure, out in Duchesne 22-13. Beaver all over Parowan 56-0. And Enterprise beating Kanab 14-7.
There's no timeout on the field. Rittenfeld takes back.
What did he just say?
It was an official's timeout. I thought they were going to measure, but it looks like they're not. But it was an official's timeout.
So it looks like they moved the down to third.
Okay.
So third down and inches. Third and inches for the Eagles in South Summit territory. Now again out to the outside.
This time,
And a good move on the outside. Is that Huntsman again? Nope.
No, that's number 1.
Number 1. Zachariah Swarms this time. Somebody else, then Huntsman getting involved.
Missed tackle.
Yep. Picked up an extra 8-9 yards on the missed tackle. ALA is on the move.
Yeah, this is a pretty impressive drive.
Marching their way down. I'll tell you what, give Marble credit. He's been on the money in the air. And ALA coming out of halftime with some good adjustments. Now he's looking across the middle, and did he get an interception?
Boy,
did he pick it?
I don't know.
Ooh, they're trying. They did. They're giving him the call.
Wow.
Who was that? 24 for South Summit. Wiley Crystal sneaking under that in route, picks up the interception, and a big defensive play for South Summit.
Yeah, a little slant route. He just undercut that, but the ball came loose, but he was on his back, and he was kind of slinging it. And I guess he maintained possession.
That would definitely be one they review.
That'd be
with some camera work.
Yeah, that'd be the camera.
That's a tough one on an official down on the field as he's rolling around, seeing if he maintained possession or not. South Summit gets the interception, and too bad for ALA as they were moving the ball on the ground and in the air. 1st and 10, South Summit now. 10:29 left, third quarter. Lashy again time, nowhere to go.
Plenty of time.
Flushes out again, trying to get out to the outside. And he goes again. Good coverage by ALA, and it just keeps going.
That is like 10 seconds.
I'll tell you what, and that is tough for a defense to do, especially in man coverage.
Yeah, I'll say.
Having to keep, somebody from back cutting or double moving or coming back to the ball. Nathan Tanner was on the coverage. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Lashy's got a clean pocket. He's just not able to find anybody to. Just in the rhythm of a throw.
Yeah, he's not like finding where it's set, timing, and deliver. There's
the one right there.
All right, out to Stevens. Stevens lowers his head.
And that's
gets picked up 5 more.
They brought the heat that time, and that kind of forced Lashy to throw it in a rhythm a little bit. I kind of like that a little bit better. He knew right where he was going with it and delivered it. That's
Cannon Huntsman on the tackle. There's his name called again, playing right corner on this side of the field. Stevens with a great reception. Finally, a good pass and catch from South Summit. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, what's best about that was a rhythm throw. It just took the snap. 1, 2, it was out. Decisive.
1st and 10, South Summit. 45. Here comes pressure again. Now a little out route. No good. Out too wide, and by South Summit, intended receiver Mikhailov.
Again, he knew where he wanted to go with it, so that's good. The decision's good, just a little wide.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. 9:41 left, third period. Wildcats up 29. And ALA, give them credit. Good offensive series they put together. Playing some tough defense here. Really holding South Summit to really, there hasn't been a lot of big plays.
There really hasn't, not on the offensive side.
Not two huge special teams plays, but South Summit, now they're going to go out to the wide receiver screen, and some good room on the outside. He breaks the tackle. He's going to pick up the first down. Who's that on that side? Laird catching that one. 23, Gempler with a good catch and a good hard run after the catch.
Number 20 with the tackle.
And that is Hinckley Morley on the tackle for the Eagles, but not until after a first down by South Summit into ALA territory.
There's a quick wide receiver screen right there.
It's still kind of surprising that there hasn't been anything up over the top.
Yeah,
She mentioned it's pretty tough to play a whole series with no coverage over the top. Pretty amazing. Now, flushed out of the pocket, Lashy. Flag comes flying in from the back. What could that be? 40 yards away from the play, unless that's defensive holding, because the ball never left the quarterback's hands. Now he's going to pick it up. Nope. I was wondering. That's a pretty unique call. Clear out, opposite side in the backfield. So Lashy picks up 3 on first down and bring up 2nd and 7.
No flag on the play.
9:08 left, third quarter. Those of you just joining us, South Summit's leading by 29, 35-6. And it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. Lashy coming in from the side, getting the call from Coach Gempler. And Lashy will get the snap. Braden Sorensen doing a great job getting that ball to Lashy. Good timing. They go up over the top and nothing there again. And good coverage again by ALA. There's step for step. Intended receiver out there. Was that Gempler again? Gempler, the intended receiver, will bring up 3rd and 7.
They brought everybody on that one.
A lot of pressure, putting a lot of pressure on the secondary, and they're holding up just fine. 8:38 left, third quarter. Ball sitting at the 40. First down marker at the 33-yard line. 7 yards to go. South Summit could use some points here. And Lashy gets the snap.
Lead again.
And trying to go on a deep out route to Stevens. Nothing there.
It's just not in sync.
Fluid, is it?
It just isn't.
Yep. All right.
I'm not sure if that's, misexecution or if it's just good defense. Could be maybe a both.
Huntsman on the coverage. And now a 4th down play, 4th and 7 for the Wildcats. So kind of.
They haven't run one running play, I don't think.
Agreed. It's been a while. Been all pass plays. And Stembridge has 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
See what they call here on 4th down. And he'll be back. Plenty of time again. Goes across the middle. Beautiful pass this time.
Yep.
And is that Stevens?
Yeah.
That's Stevens. Great pass by Lashy, and a good route coming across the middle is Stevens, and that'll pick up the first down on 4th down.
ALA bringing everybody again. That's like 4 straight times, and this time...
And still had plenty of time.
Yeah, Stevens right behind it. In cut, deep in cut, about 15 yards and in. Perfect strike.
That's the way you do it right there, boys. 8:12 left, 1st and 10. 29-yard line. Snap out to Lashy. Back to pass, goes across the middle on a crossing route. Wolstenhume's got a chance. He's going to score. Touchdown, South Summit from 30 yards out on a crossing route to Britton Wolstenhume. And Wolstenhume got blockers downfield. He caught it right in stride, and the Wildcats strike from 30 out.
That's just a little underneath route. His defender must just lost him because there was nobody on him when he caught it. And he had a blocker in front as well. Whoever that was, and they were kind of waving him by.
What typically determined when you were doing your coaching, defensive coordinating, whether you like to do more zone coverage or more man coverage? Is it personnel you're playing against?
That's a big part of it. But the other part is it's almost like basketball. Sometimes mixing things up is good too, kind of disguising some things. But you know the difference is with man-to-man coverage you can bring heat, you can bring pressure. With zone coverage it's a little tougher. You have to be a little more creative to bring pressure. But zone is basically designed for just coverage only, keeping everything in front of you. Don't give up the big play. Man-to-man, you know, this sort of stuff happens where you either get to the quarterback or you give up a big play. So it's kind of a risky thing. But if you have athletes, you love man-to-man.
Especially speed, right?
Exactly right. And I would say right now, I mean, we've got to have the advantage athletically. I would have assumed.
Depth
I'm looking, yeah. But we just haven't been able to capitalize on it. That's the biggest offensive pass play we've had tonight, right there. And to me, that looks more like that was a broken coverage. But, you know, if they go into man, then they're just going to be death by 1,000 cuts. And they run zone coverage, you know. And Lashy's the type of quarterback that he'll just cut that up. So I don't really know how you approach a kid like Lashy on the defensive side. You kind of got to pick your poison.
Oh, he's a dual threat kind of guy, too.
Yeah, he can tuck it and run.
Yep. Which tends to lead himself to a little more zone coverage, too.
Yeah.
You got a good running quarterback.
Well, Lashy's really good. He's not afraid of just taking what you give him. I mean, he's a patient quarterback, and, you know, that's rare because a lot of quarterbacks, they just want to get down the field with the ball. But Lashy will take and he'll tuck it and run. And first half, we had a lot of running plays. We haven't had any running plays in the second half yet. So I would expect to see that on the next offensive series, a little bit of running.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Eagles. Giving up a big play, one of the few big plays, 30-yard pass play for Britton Wolstenholme.
So we are on the 35-point rule now.
That clock will be moving quickly.
ALA's got to hurry up.
All right, back to pass. Look out. And almost got hit. Good crossing route. And a good completion and a good catch, a gutsy catch coming across the middle.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you got to cringe a bit when you come across the middle on a route knowing that a linebacker's sitting there and waiting for you, especially if it's a big linebacker like Hunter. So picks up 8 yards on the play. Nice play by ALA to get the series going.
That was a good job by the defensive end to let up. He had a clear shot at the quarterback, and he kind of let up. That probably would have been a roughing the passer.
In motion goes number 2, Marble. And there'll be a flag on the play.
False start.
So they'll lose 5 yards.
False start.
2nd down and 3 is going to move it back 5. So 6:05 and counting. ALA with the football loses 5 yards after what was a good first down play to pick up 8. Bring up now 2nd and 3. At the pass. Marble lays it out nicely on the outside. And he's going to pick up 3 yards on the little swing pass.
That's a good little throw.
On the tackle for South Summit is Brady Freeman chasing him out of bounds. It'll bring up now 3rd and 6. I'll tell you what, Marble's percentage has been good this second half. He's delivered the ball on the money quite well.
Yeah, and he's under duress.
Agreed.
Definitely not.
It's gutsy. It's a good and resilient effort here by Marble. And overall, ALA, they've made some. There's the screen pass. Good job inside. And he breaks the tackle. He's got good yardage on the outside. Still on his feet. He's across midfield. And he's drugged down around the 40-yard line. Fantastic play and a good call again on a little creative screen. Got loose.
It's a jailbreak screen right over where the linemen were. Couple missed tackles. Next thing you know,
he's across midfield. Caden Hunter finally ran him down. And a great play for the Eagles as they're into South Summit territory. Gunnarsson coming in for South Summit. And coming out is Bosworth. Is that Bosworth or Boger?
That's Bosworth.
98, Bosworth. All right, 1st and 10, ALA on the move. Huntsman, good cutback. Wow.
Oof.
Woo. I'll tell you what, they're playing with a little more energy, aren't they?
That should have been a tackle for a loss in the backfield, but he just jump cuts that. And the South Summit defender overruns it, and he picks up 9. This could be a shot to the end zone here, right here on second.
Larson with the tackle, picks up 9 on 1st down. And ALA, this is as good as they've looked offensively all game.
5 wide. He might just chuck it down the sideline here.
You know, it's got to be a quick one. Pressure will be coming from South Summit. They only sent 4, but he's under duress and sneaks out of the first one. Not going to get out of the second one.
Got to throw it. You can't take the sack there. You got to get
especially with no protection back there. Dragging him down for South Summit is Gunnarsson with the sack. Loses about 7-8 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that's a mistake by the quarterback. He can't take a sack there. He's got to, if it's not there, that's fine. Just throw it away. But now, 3rd and 9. They went from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 9. Now South Summit's back in the driver's seat here defensively.
So 3rd and long for the Eagles at the 39-yard line. Got to get to the 30. Keep this drive going. 2:54 left in the 3rd quarter. It's a 42-6 lead for South Summit. Little bootleg, got some trouble on the outside. Oh, still a good pass by Marble.
Yeah, he got rid of it, but he was under pressure again. Tried the bootleg again. He's a righty, and that was a bootleg to the left. That's a little tough.
And it's tough to get his body turned, especially under pressure.
Yep.
Huff was the intended receiver on that one. And it'll bring up 4th and 9. I'll tell you what, those are the ones, too, that you get hammered on when you're kind of leaning back, expose yourself to somebody driving you down into the turf. 4th and 9, 2:17 left. And Marble back to pass. He's got to get rid of it. Goes outside. It's right through the hands.
Double covered.
Yep, a lot of and there's a penalty.
Oh, they're going to call PI. I'm not so sure about that.
Darn it. South Summit had him stopped on defense.
Yeah, they had a double cover. They had a guy under him, a guy over him. And
apparently a guy went through him.
Yeah, here's what I'll give credit to Huntsman on this. He didn't give up on it. So he battled for the ball, and then that puts it in the referee's decision-making hand to decide. If Huntsman just gives up on it, they're probably not going to call that.
Moore and Lloyd on the coverage, tight coverage, and tough call for South Summit. That will be a break for the Eagles, and they'll take it. That'll move the chains. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10. Now inside the 25-yard line. Haven't really been here offense. They ran a 58-yard play from Huntsman to get in the end zone, so this is deep as they've been into South Summit territory.
You got to watch Huntsman.
I know, they almost ought to mirror him or double team him.
He's the one.
All right, there he's going to come across the middle, trying to go up over the top. Beautiful safety coverage.
That's an interception.
Beautiful catch. Who was that, Laird? That was a great catch from the safety, reading him the whole way. Braden Osgothorpe with the outstanding.
That's how you
read it, right?
That's how you play cover 2 right there. And he sacrificed his body. He aired that out. Good footwork, too, to stay in bounds.
So Braden Osgothorpe gets the interception, second one of the night for South Summit, as Crystal had one earlier. Osgothorpe gets the second.
Beautiful interception.
That was a good-looking one. Read that perfectly. Read his eyes the whole way. Got up high. It met it up at the top and got the pass. It'll be South Summit football. They hold on defense. 48 seconds and counting here in quarter number 3 as the Wildcats lead by 36, 42-6. Tell you what, now it's probably ought to see a heavy dose here of Stembridge or something. Nope, they're going to go a little swing pass over the top. Now they got a lot of room, trying to cut it back, still on his feet, and he's drugged down. That didn't look like he was Stembridge running. Who was that out of the backfield?
That was Stembridge.
Is it Stembridge? Yep, it is.
Stembridge and Huntsman
Stembridge.
in the open field.
Well,
That's the equivalent of a run
yeah.
right there. That's just almost like a toss, but he threw the ball, but it was just a little 6-yard pass.
So that'll end quarter number 3. The Wildcats score a touchdown in the quarter. One is all, though, and they lead by 36, 42-6. All right, we're at the start of quarter number 4. 12 minutes of football left. South Summit leading big, 42-6. And it's a big night for South Summit homecoming football. And the Wildcats on the offensive side, 1st and 10. And Lashy back to pass. Lashy's going to go up deep. He's got a man coming back. And he comes down with it. Still on his feet. Nope, they're going to call him out right here. Stepped out of bounds. Good catch, though. It was a bit underthrown.
Yeah, a little underthrown, but over the top, finally.
Wow, that was good hands by South Summit.
That was.
Mitch Gempler.
Yeah, that ball was underthrown, gave the defender time to get underneath him. Could have been easily intercepted, but Gempler stepped in front, got the ball, evaded the tackle, but just happened to step out of bounds.
So a great catch.
That's what,
by Gempler.
45 yards, something like that?
Yep, about a 45, 35-yard pass play.
35 yards.
So 1st and 10 for South Summit.
Yeah, that's the first over-the-top pass we've had tonight, Cody, I think.
Yeah, agreed. So 1st and 10 into ALA territory. Lashy and the Wildcats. Looking back again, a little screen pass to the outside. Well defended by ALA, 55.
That was going nowhere.
Yep, Michael Sanchez and Gabriel Huff.
Trying to set up a screen to
Was that the Stembridge?
Yeah.
Stembridge, the intended receiver, 2nd down.
Looks like they've got some substitutes in there now.
So Lashy will get the call. 10:25 left in quarter number 4. South Summit on the road next week at Judge Memorial. One of the best views as well if you like a good overlook. I love that. Yeah, you look over down the downtown view, sits up on the hill. It's a beautiful field. And a little counter play off to the side and a good run. Yep, across 35. That's number 21. Who's 21 on our team? That's Dante McKayloff with a good run.
Well, that ball hit the ground. I think that kind of stunned the defense, and actually picked it up and gave it to Dante, and he got good yardage around the outside.
McKayloff picks up the 1st down, his first carry of the night, moves the chains. Be 1st and 10, South Summit. Final home game of the season will be 2 weeks from tonight with Providence Hall, and could be for the region championship, as that's playing out in the 2A North, as Providence Hall, though they're getting beat down tonight by Layton Christian, 41-7.
Ooh.
Wow, Layton Christian really must be playing well tonight, as Providence Hall came in at 2-0 and 6-1 overall on the season. So Layton Christian playing well tonight. Again, another misdirection. And he's going to be held up at about the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up a couple on the play.
Little extracurricular activity. Lashley's on the ground, and the refs need to get in there. Number 1's a little bit hot under the collar here. South Summit lineman came to the defense. He was kind of standing over, flexing over Lashley. That could have easily been a penalty.
Mikhailov was the ball carrier. Picks up about a yard or two on the play. He'll bring up 2nd and 8. Oh, now ALA man went down over there. Got a cramp or what is that?
Yeah, must have.
All right, we'll take a little breather. Hopefully they attend to him and he'll be okay. 8:23 left. South Summit on the move.
And we'd like to give one more recognition to our sponsors. We really appreciate them continuing to patronize these sponsors. Sarah's Health Center, Food Nanny, High Valley Trucking, Camera Storage, Victory Ranch, Pecan Wealth Management, Protection Self Storage, Camera's Food Town. You know you can go there. You always have that food. Ace Hardware, Sumner Pizza, Barranca Homes, Zion Bank, Utah Luxury Real Estate Group, Camas Valley Co-op, Camas Valley Feed, and Mirror Lake Station. Thank you to our sponsors. There we go. Good time. 2nd down, 8 Wildcats.
Looks like the ALA player made his way off. Hopefully he'll be okay. It'll be South Summit football, 2nd and 8. 8:17 left in the 4th period. Handoff up to Stembridge up the middle. And Stembridge will pick up about 3 or 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
It's getting a little testy out there.
Yeah, getting a little chippy out there.
Yeah, this is you got to watch it here and protect yourself at the end of the play.
So 3rd down.
It probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to just start pulling people right now. I don't think this
because it gets very thin after last year. JV quarterback Owen Mayer last night broke his arm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of thin in the quarterbacking. I think the emergency quarterback for this group is Kyson Atkinson, actually.
Yeah, it's Kyson or Osgathorpe.
Yeah, and then it goes to some real young guys. So now we're kind of a double back set. We haven't seen that look much. Split backs. Now a little option play. Lashy speeds it out left. Oh, he cuts it back. He's got a chance to go the distance. Touchdown, South Summit.
Who was that?
And there's a flag coming down late. Now there's a double flag coming down late.
Right there. ALA's, they're starting to get upset. I think what they did is they just sat and watched Lashy, and he just pitched it. He wasn't even threatened to pitch, but he just pitched it, and then ALA just kind of stopped.
Okay, a personal foul, it looks like. Offsetting personal fouls.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So the question is that after the touchdown? So 6:56 left in this first quarter.
That's offsetting?
Fourth quarter, yeah.
Okay.
And obviously it had to have been after he scored.
Yeah.
So that'll move the score to 48-6, and Dominguez will be out. The kick gets chippy all of a sudden here.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit of pride.
Dominguez with the boot kick. Gosh, he kicks that ball hard. I'd like to have seen him hit that 49-yarder.
Yeah.
Haven't seen many 49-yard field goals.
I think ALA's probably played about as well as maybe they could, and they've had some moments, but they just can't, get the ball in the end zone, finish off drives. And then all of a sudden you turn around and it's 49-6 and 6 minutes to go.
Tell you what, they've played with a lot of energy.
They have. The second half, especially the end of the first half, they did. After that long run, they've been a little bit of gamers here, but now it's getting deep.
Start getting a little frustrated.
Yeah. It's getting deep into the game.
All right, so 6:56 left in this homecoming night, and it looks like South Summit will move to 6-2 on the season, and that'll move them to 3-0 in region play. We look at some 3A scores around the state. 3A North, Ogden and Juan Diego all tied up at 14. Ben Lomond beating Union 20-10. Morgan beating Grantsville 26-0. Canyon View beating Juab 26-10. North Sanpete beating Carbon 38-10. And Richfield beating Manti 28-0. So those are some interesting scores in the 3A classification of football. Dominguez will boot this thing into the end zone.
That's return.
Oh, right at the goal line. Surprising one. Let's see what the return team does on the South Summit side.
Did he fumble? Nope, I guess he didn't. I thought he fumbled.
All right, that'll be ALA football. And it's one of the few times we see some...
What the heck?
Jeez, where did that ball come from? They come flying from midfield, clear over to the South Summit sideline.
I don't know what that was.
It's almost like somebody drop kicked that thing.
All right.
It's getting interesting, man. It is a full moon. Look at that thing up there.
It sure is.
Some weird stuff going on here. We've had drones overhead. We've had strange penalties lately. All right. Handoff. Huntsman up the middle.
On the cutback.
Good move and a good run by Huntsman. He picks up 5 yards on the carry. Bring up 2nd and 5. Tell you what, Huntsman has been impressive tonight, hasn't he?
He sure has. Yeah, he's been involved in.
You can't expect more out of a kid than he's giving you on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, every play he's involved somewhere. He's been very active tonight. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
He will. He'll feel that one. They hand off to Huntsman again. This time he's hit right at the line of scrimmage.
He's going to have a hard time going against 4 South Summit kids.
Might be a time to give the kid a little breather. That one hurt, I could tell.
Yeah.
Like when you come to an instant stop.
Yeah.
Big defensive interior for South Summit on the tackle right there. Oscar Dominguez, one of the first there to plug it up. They'll bring up 3rd and 7. It's too bad you folks at home, maybe you can see it at your own houses, but there's not much prettier moon look than now with a little cloud cover moving its way through.
Right.
Bright, big, full, close moon overlooking this beautiful stadium on homecoming night. Be a memorable night for this crew because they're going to win a big game at home and keep this pressure going. Little screen pass out to Huntsman. He cuts back. Nice move. Cuts it back again. My gosh, the kid just keeps on going.
Yeah, he does not give up, does he?
About a 12, 14-yard pickup on the tackle for South Summit, Braddock Larson. And they'll move the chains for ALA. Actually, I'd like to see his complete stats, both offensive, running the ball, catching the ball.
Yeah.
Defense, interception, touchdown.
Their entire offensive line moved down to cut blocks. They all just went down on their bellies. The South Summit kids didn't really fire out. They kind of hurdled them. And then the screen pass went out, and Huntsman was on the move again.
Well executed by the Eagles.
Definitely keep your eye on him if you're on the defensive side.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. 3:49 left. Back to pass. Marble wants to go deep, trying to go out to the outside. Good coverage put on by South Summit. Really kind of just, I don't know what the word is, gently kind of moved and cut in front of him.
Yeah.
Good coverage on the outside. Who's that coverage, Laird? Can you tell? Milburn with the coverage. Fantastic job. As Marble had good time that time and had a chance to really step up and deliver that ball. He overthrew him a bit. 3:13 left in the ball game. South Summit 49, ALA 6. Marble continuing to go all the way, and he's taking some shots tonight as well.
Oof.
Marble now is flushed out. Now he's drugged down, and he'll be sacked deep in the backfield. Oscar Dominguez again for South Summit, really asserting himself defensively on this possession. That's going to be over about a 10-yard loss. Now 9-yard loss on the play. Bring up 3rd and 19.
Yeah, that was good pressure on the quarterback at that point. Marble's been having a little bit of time here. South Summit brought a little extra of rushers. Now we got ourselves a 3rd and long. This is great if you're a DB. You want to make an interception here. Just read his
Ball's got to get out to the 46. Little screen pass is almost.
So they tried again. They tried the screen again. Boy, that has been their play tonight. Tip ball this time.
Yep, deflected right at the line of scrimmage and almost picked off. So it's going to bring now 4th and 19. And with that running clock under 2 minutes left in the ball game. So ALA, I guess a couple of different philosophies you can look at here. What do you got to lose? And on the other hand, there is kind of some stuff to lose. You don't want to get anybody obviously banged up right here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. May not be a bad time to just quick kick it, but in motion, here he goes. And he's going to throw the ball, and they're going to blow this thing. False start. So that'll give them 5 more yards to have to make up. And let's see if that changes their mind. I guess 4th and 19 and 4th and 24, there's not much difference.
Not a lot.
In terms of your philosophy. Got to go for something big anyway. South Summit starting to substitute some guys in. Young guys coming in defensively now. And it'll be, looks like they're going to continue to go for it. And kind of a meeting off to the sideline. I guess with the 41 seconds and counting, I guess you could probably just take a delay and then start it again, right? Is that going to be the ball game? Oh, they're going to stop it with 31 seconds left. All right, we'll take our last time out as this thing's getting close. 28 seconds left, 4th and long for the Eagles. All right, they wind it. So in reality, they don't have to snap it if they don't want. 20 seconds left. Marble goes up deep.
Oh, to Huntsman, and he almost got it.
Yeah, Huntsman about. Tell you what, he plays the ball while it's in the air well. That's going to wind this thing down. That'll be the ball game. At South Summit, outstanding effort tonight and a big win at home and on homecoming as they win 49-6. A dominating effort and all sides of the ball had some big plays defensively, offensively, special teams. A block punt for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown. Some great runs. Stembridge on others, some good passes by Lashy. Just an outstanding effort all the way around, and the Wildcats will win a big homecoming game, and they'll move to 6-2 on the season. They'll be in first place all alone in the Region 2A North, and they'll stay at that second place spot in the rankings in 2A. So for Laird Small, always helping us out with the spotting and the numbers. For Aaron Tillett's great commentary and analysis, I'm Cody Bowen signing off. Hope you enjoyed the game. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have the final home season game of the 2023 season, and we'll see you then. Have a great couple of weeks and enjoy your weekend.
No, can you get a mic? Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out tonight. Wildcats very win on this homecoming. Again, we should do homecoming all the time. We win like this. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out. Please drive safely. You ALA fans, please drive safely back down the mountain. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks here at Providence Hall.